believe the live stream is starting. Just need to make a couple adjustments. Give me one moment. Just updating the YouTube thumbnail at the start of any stream. I really need to figure out an easier way to do this. Oh well, I suppose that's what happens when you are trying to stream to multiple platforms at once. There we go, the YouTube stream thumbnail is uploaded. Let me make sure Rumble stream is going. Yep, looks like it's going. Perfect. And I'm about ready to sneeze. Excuse me. That's not a part of my stream setup. Okay, looks like everything is up and going. Perfect. Very, very good. So apparently Twitch is playing an ad roll because I like to play an ad roll at the beginning every time I start a new stream since I got affiliate. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see now. Got a lot of replays coming stored up. Various qualities. Some are actually relatively old. Let's do some of the newer ones since I've been getting them. Let's not worry about hacker, though. It's not uncommon for false accusations. Let's go with a nice 1v1 to start out with. Until people start joining the stream. And I got my drink nearby. Good. So, let's go ahead and get started. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawn on the bottom right side as the US player of Ango Jeep, who's gone for a lot of engineers, does cancel one of them, and since his name is Ango Jeep, hopefully he deploys out a Jeep. Spawning as his opposition as the Wehrmacht player, we have a foreign name. I am laughing. I didn't see the first message, and I can't pull up chat history in this, at least not in the replays. So I'm not so sure what something said. Just some insults. And immediately map accusations. That's Company Heroes 1 for you. Accusations immediately. Do have these pioneers captured at this point. Pioneers captured at this point. Of course, the Wehrmacht quarters likely deploying out a... Okay, I like the guess. Is it Volksgrenadiers? Is it Jeep? Or a motorcycle? Or is it MG42? I'm guessing Volksgrenadiers. I guessed correctly. I finally got one right. Multiple points being captured up. Riflemen will soon be out. And that sneeze has really disturbed my throat. Oh, we got the engineers now receiving fire from the Volksgrenadiers as well as the engineers or pioneers. And the engineers are firing away. He does capture the VP and falls back. Not big surprise. First rifleman squad now deployed on out. We likely don't. Now we do see some build there. It could. The amount of resources I talk about. I'm guessing MG42. That is my guess. It's pretty easy to tell what the US player is going for, especially seeing that we have the US players selected. But most of the time, the US players go for a handful of engineers into a handful of riflemen. I don't know how else to describe that. Extremely rare whether or not they go for support weapon center opener, and that's usually actually more effective versus the...
We are losing a fuel point.
Man, they're really saying each other's the hacker. But as I was saying before, the support weapon center may be a bit more effective versus the Panzer Elite because the 30 cals can get the armor-piercing rounds, so I could be very mistaken because it's a huge gamble to say the least with that. These points are being captured up by the Wehrmacht player. These points are being captured up as well, including the fuel point here. Riflemen have not been queued up to the VP. He could be going straight for the munitions points as well. And now they've got the Volksgrenadiers heading to this point. It's not a cutoff point. Engineers will spot them, but they won't be able to do much versus them. Riflemen here pushing the way forward will find the Pioneer. Maybe he'll stop the capture on this fuel point. Let's get one of the models there. Yeah, I think he will stop the
Enemy
capture.
unit down.
Yep. Full wipe, not even a retreat. I wonder if they're typing with each other is what's causing some, what's the term? APN sync? Actions per minute sync? Either way, engineers do fall back here. Finds a Wehrmacht sniper. Yeah. I sneezed before the stream started, and now my throat's just disturbed. Need to get some more fluids. Wet my throat with it. Another rifleman squad deploy on down. We do got this munition point not being fully captured. Not sure if it was captured in the first place. We do have MG42 deployed out on the field. Sniper does find a round onto this rifleman. Rifleman is going to try to charge it down. The MG42 may need to get over here to save the sniper. Sniper finds another shot there. The riflemen are scoring miss after miss after miss. The leader is still alive. I've been told that the leader does a little bit extra damage. I could be mistaken about that. Gets another shot there, and not a single hit on the sniper. Now he sees a hit there, but now the Volksgrenadiers are here to teleport away, so he was going to force back. He may get another shot onto the non-retreating rifleman squad. It was actually really good. Volksgrenadier will engage in close range. Sniper fires away, and Flame Engineer will try to burn that sniper down. Does find another shot down the rifleman squad. The sniper does get forced back. I hear the MG42 constantly firing. Finds this rifleman squad, and Pioneers can be closing distance there. That sniper is being oh so problematic. He needs to get out of Jeep. That sniper is being controlled very, very well. And he's getting really unlucky with the shots onto him to boot. MG42 does get flanked there by the engineers. Flamer is going to try to pursue it a little bit more. If he doesn't get any models on down with it onto it, that's actually a good thing. It allows him to sniper squad on the field. Not getting models dropped on the MG42 makes it pretty easy to be flanked or perhaps engaged from the front. It's down half health. So even it's in a good position firing normally could receive quite a bit of damage and lose some models. He wins that one engagement, and he may lose the next engagement as well. We got a landmine here, which the sniper has. Well, I suppose he hasn't traversed that area right there, but maybe he's able to bait these snipers into right there. We got this single Pioneer model may find the landmine. No, just pulled out a Minesweeper. So you will not find. Well, he won't sweep the landmine's pair of legs. He will sweep it with a Minesweeper instead. Pioneer model may go down there, very wounded. And the mine has been swept, and this one looks like it's being planted now. Snipers do four corresponding shots on those engineers. With his two snipers on the field, he needs to get out of Jeep.
We're done building here.
You have a support weapon center going for a counter sniper.
We're losing ground out there.
It's best to have that counter sniper not fire any shots onto anything else but snipers. Needs to keep that preserved. The first shot will be the deadliest since these snipers are just going out sprinting around uncamouflaged. The US sniper can go forward, camouflage, and pick one of them off before they can respawn. Finds his two shots there. Now he knows the region where these snipers are at. 3 kills and 10 kills.
Listen up, people.
US sniper now deployed.
Sector being captured.
Heard it sound like something exploded. Not sure what though.
Point captured.
That Flamer Engineer may get wiped out. He's going for the shot on the Flamer Engineer. So they did not have fast enough quote-unquote turret traverse. Volksgrenadier does get forced back there. These snipers are still around. US sniper camouflage right here. I cannot stand him camouflaging right now, preventing from being spotted. Ooh! I was going to say he may have trouble catching up to him. No, he should not have fired that sniper shot on the MG42. Now he lured himself. He needed that first shot to be on one of those snipers. And now he knows the sniper exists. Rifle squad has to be quite a bit fire there. We've got the medical ability being utilized in the Volksgrenadier. They do drop a model there, but they're getting some much needed health regen. They should win out versus these riflemen. Sniper still patrolling around. This sniper has claimed a second kill there on the Volksgrenadiers. It will be more or less a tie between these two fights because both squads will need to fall back. Triage center being deployed out. The Volksgrenadier squad does fall back, so does the Rifleman squad. But this one does receive some hits there from this Volksgrenadier. Trying to capture the VP now. Receives a sniper shot. Is that a third sniper? There's a bunker deployed out right there. There maybe... Yep, we got 3 snipers out in the field. Ugh. That's going to be oh so annoying. The US sniper's right here. He is not camouflaged. There was some hacking. That's going to be very important to spot those snipers if they get camouflage. I was going to say that there was map hacking accusations throughout the beginning of the game, and depending how he moves the snipers, it could give an idea that there's map hacks. Depending how each other move their snipers around, because these guys are uncamouflaged, sort of moving around, but they're moving around in known secure areas. While the US sniper is remaining camouflaged because he does not know where his opponent's snipers are. Overall, what I'm saying right now is neither player appears to be hacking. Lots of sniper shots there. Does find a shot there, pulls back. He's being very aggressive with snipers. And we do have Veteran C1 on the Volksgrenadiers now. And the engineers do receive a sniper shot there, and it does get wiped out by the other 2 snipers now. This Volksgrenadier will need to fall back. US sniper is actually falling back away from the Goliath. Something tells me he's gone for airborne. He has quite a bit of command points stored up. Is he saving the whole big strafing run, hit those snipers? We do got the casualty recovery bunker right there, as well as a landmine detonation on the Flamer engineers there, freshly placed probably by these pioneers themselves. Goliath not camouflaged right there. The single minesweeper still running around. There's also another Wehrmacht landmine here.
We've got air support available.
And there's a strafing run. He has 180 munitions. That's enough for a strafing run. Not enough for a reconnaissance run, then strafing run. Sniper still roaming around. There are Veteran C1 as well. And Rifleman should be able to displace these pioneers, no problem. And here comes the Goliath. I wonder if you recognize the sound. Goliath's retreats. And that one model, they've got some pretty good splits or retreat splitting from that Rifleman squad, and does actually skip out of there. Sniper did get a bit of chip damage onto this Goliath. Now Goliath is trying to pursue. It's currently camouflaged. I don't know. And it does actually retreat back right there. 30 cal does find some bullets onto it, as the MG42 is getting overrun by these infantry units. He may get a wipe here. Sniper shots do hit that. And the Goliath's also charging as well. This may be a time for a strafing run. He has 200 munitions. He can throw a recon run, as well as a sniper shot.
After one of our munitions points.
Not sniper shot, strafing run. Riflemen and the Flamer engineers pushing forward. We've got a lot of Goliaths here.
Enemy unit down.
And does get a counter snipe there. Where did that sniper shot go for from the US player? Oh, he was also pursuing the rifleman. Maybe not half map hacking. Because if he's going to push for the Goliath, that would be pushing forward that direction. It's honestly hard for me to say. I'm a bit iffy, but let's get another kill there on the engineers. Goliath charging forward as well. And here comes Strafe Run. Doesn't get that last sniper there, but does get the Goliath.
The Huns are taking our territory. Supply lines are broken. We have territory cut off from supply.
Yeah, I would have to look at the replay more and closely to see if it is a map hacker, but it's hard for me to say at this moment in time.
We have territory cut off from supply.
Listen up, Rifle Squad.
Fresh US sniper. US player's lost all of his engineers. He does actually have supply yards, so if he goes fully for airborne tactics, he could potentially not need to deploy out to use any fuel or deploy out any more engineers. Though those Wehrmacht landmines still be a problem. Airborne squads can be called on in. And the MG42 is here now. I suppose if we were... No, we can't. There's no camera following mode in Cup Heroes 1. MP40s and Volksgrenadiers making their advance.
Germans are seizing territory from us.
And that's the end of the replay. Alright. Oh, that's sounded great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. That seemed a little bit abrupt. Not sure what happened there. I think the US player backed out of the game. But either way, yeah, it could be a map hacker. I also could not say. Well, let's go ahead and go for another 1v1. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Cup Heroes 1 replay. Spawned on the left side as the US player with Pwnstick. Spawned on the right side as a Panzer Elite player, we have Lexi Hartmann, who's gone for the Schimpfwagens. Immediately into a barracks, not big surprise. Will we see an extra set of engineers? Or a third set, I should say.
Repair detail ready for action.
Just appears to be just two. Schimpfwagen, charge on forward. Wait. He is going for Incendiary Trap. Wait, doesn't Incendiary Trap means he's going for Scorched Earth? Actually, no, that's a regular landmine. Okay. I never know. I don't really know what doctrines go to which one when it comes to Panzer Elite's Schimpfwagens. But landmine was actually deployed right there. Has he gone for Tank Hunter? So he spent his initial munitions as well. Take sure, yep, yeah, thought so. It's like, I'm so used to seeing Incendiary Traps for those things, but not regular landmines. And he also spent his initial munitions with that landmine there, so he won't have immediate G43. Oh, crap. I think he realized the meta of fighting against the Panzer Elite is to play out a Jeep, and that's why he rushed a landmine. Now everything makes sense. He can't... Ugh, that was a really well played there. Well, we do have two Schimpfwagens on the field, two Panzer Grenadiers, and a very, very first strike there. Well, he knows if he's aware what doctrine's gone for. He knows what doctrine's now he has to fight against. Now he can make according plans to whatever he wants to counter his Tank Hunter doctrine, Tank Destroyer tactics. Panzer Grenadiers start making the way forward. No G43s for a time being, since he spent munitions there. Panzer Grenadiers pushing way forward, getting some shots onto the engineers. And these engineers will receive a bit more fire, not really getting good damage in return. Shinvagen does capture those points. No additional landmines. We may see more of them. On over here, Panzer Grenadiers and Riflemen engaging at close range. Riflemen still has 5 models there, but the Panzer Grenadiers have lost a model and sending a bit more fire there. Engineers push way forward as well. Panzer Grenadiers do fall back.
We are losing a sector.
Ready to die? Just make it count.
Going for the cutoff point, very nice. Decapturing that point, though the engineers or Panzer Grenadiers will interrupt them. Panzer Grenadiers still have not received a hit from those engineers. And engineers are staying quite a bit of fire. Over here, these engineers are advancing as well as the riflemen. And these Panzer Grenadiers do fall back, though these forces are quite wounded. They do get good engagements. This one has been not reinforced. That's the first squad right there. I don't know if you have these riflemen will find the heavy cover there. Another Jeep has poured on out, rebuilding it.
Yes, sir. Able Company has the point.
And the riflemen are very, very wounded right there.
All that's left.
We do have a Kampfgruppe company. He may be eyeing for early 2-2s. It could be for some 250 half tracks. And the Shinvagen is now making its way forward. It gains some good damage there onto the Panzer Grenadier, forcing him back. The Shinvagens, of course, are unarmed, barring the landmines.
Goddamn rifle.
Panzer Grenadiers who are trying to fall back to this light cover there. They are receiving a bit of fire there and not really firing back at him. And Shinvagen's not eyeing the bowling around the riflemen so the Panzer Grenadiers get some more hits there. Panzer Grenadiers will fall back, then down to one last.
Vehicle knocked out.
Are you serious? Did he seriously lose another Jeep? He's been on point with those landmines there.
Contact with one of our sectors.
So 2 Jeeps have gone down to the Shinvagens. It's going for the cutoff point as well.
Eyes on me.
This point, technically a cutoff point, but only for this munitions point. These Panzer Grenadiers are advancing. They are full health, relatively fresh squad, maybe very, very fresh. Not sure if he's gotten his base healing yet. Looks like he may have.
Rifleman ready, sir.
We're losing ground out there.
And now do have Panzerjäger Command, so likely getting out some 2-2s next.
Listen up.
GI's on me.
Riflemen and Panzer Grenadiers are engaging. Maybe
Operation
we'll
Posts report. we are
doesn't stick to the
losing a
heavy
sector.
cover. They're going to get in nice and close, trying to interrupt them. And the Panzer Grenadiers will be forced back right there. Up north, the Shinvagens are kept at the munitions and fuel point here. This cutoff point has been claimed by the Panzer Grenadiers. It will, of course, cut off this single munitions point. This munitions point has been claimed, but it's not a high yield one.
Look at the squad.
And finds another landmine there, but this time it wasn't Jeep who found it. Is there any more landmines? Oh, yes. Yes, there is.
Our front lines are collapsing.
None of the Panzer Grenadiers have gotten their G43s yet, have they? He's spending all his munitions on those landmines. Granted, he is Tank Hunter. They don't have massive munition sinks such as like the Overwatch or the Sector Artillery. So being very, very liberal with these landmines is probably a good idea.
We're all reinforced.
Rifleman squads making their way forward. Maybe find some good hits there on the Panzer Grenadiers and on the Shinvagen.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory out of supply.
These guys will be making way to their munitions point now.
They're going after one of our munitions points.
Rifleman squads are advancing, getting some good shots on the Panzer Grenadiers, and moving force back with both of those squads.
GI's ready.
Doesn't have any landmines in this region, none I can see. And this Rifleman squad will make his advance. He does have, of course, the triage center. Pop off these guys' health as well.
God damn it.
And there is another landmine right there. We'll be fighting landmines everywhere. I can see another one here as well. So multiple landmines are still in the region. He has not deployed out any Minesweeper. He all should eye getting out Minesweeper at this current time. These Panzer Grenadiers may draw these riflemen into the landmine. So looks like he will not get a double hit right there. Now the 2-2s are advancing. The 2-2 should be able to get some good damage there on the rifleman. We know he does not have sticky bombs just yet, and this engineer squad
Our forces are
gets
taking
ripped apart.
casualties.
Rifle squad is being engaged.
2-2 does get some great hits on the rifleman squad. This one's down to 3 models, but we'll have to back away sooner rather than later. Shimwagen advancing as well. And deploys a landmine right in front of them. If the rifleman would actually...
Enemy unit down.
Yes. That one model hit the landmine, detonating, killing the Shimwagen. That was a horrendous idea. These aren't Greyhounds. These are Shimwagens. They're very vulnerable to landmines, like Jeeps.
Rifle squad on contact.
Let's get that point decaptured there, so reducing the number of potential landmines they're fighting. And I see another 2-2. That's not another Shimwagen. And we do see another landmine there. Let's switch to the Panzer Lead player. Let's just see how much munitions he has right now at the moment. 15, so he is spending all his munitions there. No Panzer Grenadier upgrades at the moment. He does interrupt a tank trap there as well. I look at my game audio versus my voice audio, and I may need to raise the volume. Some games seem like they're pretty loud on the audio screen, sometimes they don't. So I may need to increase the volume of the game
All the
audio.
supply lines are broken. We're losing ground out there.
It's going to decapture that munitions point. 3 rifleman squads here. 1 veteran C1. This Panzer Grenadier will get overwhelmed by these riflemen. Do have the 2-2s now advancing. 1 tank trap only deployed there, so these 2-2s should be able to get on through. Or maybe not. That may be enough to block the 2-2s.
They're taking one of our
Nope,
points.
he does go and skirt on through. We'll see some shots onto the 2-2 with the rifles. Shimwagen captured the northern points there, and we do have a observation post on the fuel point. Having trouble with the field control, so might as well get some extra resources. And retreats back with all of his riflemen. Looks like we got something being deployed by the Camp Groove Company. Let's take a quick look at that. Mortar half-track. And we got some regular teller mines being floated out, which, as nice as it is, does get a forward healing and reinforcement point here. As much as I like seeing teller mines, there's a lot of regular landmines on the field. I'm sort of surprised that landmine placement probably won't be that great, because he should deploy out a Minesweeper sooner rather than later, but he hasn't, so the teller mines can be quite useful. We got sticky bombs being researched now.
Supply yard is ready to go.
Now we do have a tank depot.
Troops can now make sticky bombs.
Over here, mortar half-track
Losing
has
ground
been
out there.
deployed. VP being decaptured by the Shimwagen. And these Panzer Grenadiers will spot the rifleman advancing. He is lobbing forward, which actually can make those landmines very useful, getting multiple squads at once. But these Panzer Grenadiers will have trouble fighting against all these forces. He has deployed out a pair of flamethrowers there, so no Minesweeper. I say that is a massive mistake, as his landmines have been ripping him apart as much as those 2-2s. Mortar half-track may find a good hit there. Nope, first round was complete whiff. These guys are quite bunched up, so one place mortar can do some serious damage like that. And does throw some rounds into his own 2-2 there, getting lots of friendly fire damage there.
Axis hold the initiative.
That, if Rifleman Squad does manage to retreat back in time to avoid any additional mortars, and these 2-2s are, not 2-2s, Riflemen are just dancing around and getting ripped apart by the autocannons. We do have the Panzer Grenadiers now repairing up this armor car. Shouldn't take too much time. And the Riflemen will fight from the heavy cover there, which is a good position to hit that Panzer Grenadier. Not going to capture that point. Jim Vaughan may lay down another landmine. Ooh, great mortar hit there. They're all so wounded. They need to fall back now. Oh, both down to one model. Both of them severely wounded. That mortar half track getting great hits there. And the rest of the barrage is still raining on in. Shimvagen placing a landmine right there, since he knows he's going to be funneled right there.
We're losing a munitions point.
So the lack of minesweepers for the US player, I believe, is a big problem. Now we do have a Hellcat here, and those Teller mines, if I remember correctly, essentially can one-shot Hellcats, if I'm not mistaken. So the fact that he still is missing out a minesweeper is a massive problem. Because we got a Teller mine here. Don't see any landmines there. Not up here. Oh, there is a landmine right there. Regular landmine, not a Teller mine. Of course, we've got regular mines here.
On the field. Painkiller here.
We're all reinforced.
We got the logistics coming out being deployed now. Is he going for 4-man squads? I don't think see anything researching there just yet.
Able Company has the point.
We have 300 points left.
A little bit quiet. US player just trying to charge forward here. He will find this landmine. And Hellcat camouflages right there for some odd reason. And now he's going to go back towards this direction.
Armored company on fast deployment.
Armor's going to be very useful for hitting those landmines to get them back up and repaired. I have no idea what the US player is doing. I think the US player is a little bit indecisive. Yep, we mentioned about that landmine earlier. Retreats back. Both of those squads that you really need to. Only sustain like one model drop there. Okay. And does go ahead and deploy out another landmine right there. Shimvagen will make his advance. Will spot these forces. No, he does not. And we do have the 4-man squad deployed up by the logistics company.
Armor reporting to the field. Tank hunter here.
Second Hellcat deployed on out. Do we see any additional Teller mines? That is a regular landmine. And we know about that regular landmine as well. Don't see any additional Tellers. The Axis player does have a triple V capture in his favor. US player is almost down to 200 tickets. The Panzer League player only lost 1 ticket so far this game. And what is he doing? I know he started capturing this point, but I have no idea what the US player is doing. He's not being aggressive over here. He's not. He's just very indecisive. And that is a regular landmine, not a Teller mine there. And he does finally get a Minesweeper, which he should have got a long time ago. Shrimvagen's right here as well. We'll be able to spot this force. You also see the Minesweeper. If you focus on the Minesweeper, will allow his landmines to be a bit more effective. Finds that landmine there. No global repairs, not enough munitions for it. Hellcat's still advancing. There is some... That's a Teller mine there. Dude's finding some good hits there on these forces. Got suppressive fire onto the Minesweeper engineer.
Enemy unit.
G43 squad does actually get ripped apart by the flamers. Hellcat's charging forward. He may find that Teller mine. He does not find that Teller mine. This Hellcat's trying to pursue these forces. There's, of course, another landmine there. Rolls a miss there. There's a landmine there. He rolls a miss. And does not get the 7-10 split gutter ball. And these 2-2s will go and blitz away, trying to avoid the Hellcat. He is parting enough munitions for field repairs.
Landmines detected.
And he does spot this Teller mine there, but not this Teller mine. Finds another landmine somewhere.
Hellcat, reading you.
2 retreat bugs. Finds another landmine.
Minefield's clean.
Oh, and finds a Teller mine. He said 2 retreat bugs. I guess he maybe lost 2 Panzer Grenadiers and I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to cover all the landmine locations the Hellcats while at it. They may have lost some... And he actually swept that landmine.
Able Company has the point.
So he lost both his Hellcats to those landmines. He lost... His opponent lost 2 Panzer Grenadiers to apparent retreat bugs I was not paying attention to.
Capture complete. This point is
Losing to Panzer Grenadiers is important, but yeah, not looking good for the US player. Riflemen making their advance.
maggots wanna live forever.
The US player has deployed out his own landmine there, which could potentially snare the Shrimwagen if it's in a good position that enough that a Jeep will find. Down south, we got these Panzer Grenadiers pushing way forward, trying to capture that point.
We are losing a munitions sector.
People.
Is that a fresh Shrimwagen? Nope. Maybe?
Eyes on me.
Riflemen will be able to capture that munitions point. And now we do have a fresh Hellcat. Shrimwagen. Okay, oh yeah, Shrimwagens can detect landmines. They're not like Jeeps. I thought that was going to be some sort of... Does detonate the landmine there. Does not detonate his own landmine either, which is very good. I thought this was going to be some sort of like revenge landmine, finding where the same way the Jeeps went down, but I forgot Shrimwagens can detect mines. This landmine could be spotted. Oh, it was actually spotted there before we actually detonated. That was going to be a massive detonation as well. And we got an STG squad here. And he has not swept that landmine there, which is going to be a bit of a problem. The riflemen could trip it on the retreat path, and now the assault squad does go ahead and retreat back. Does destroy the landmine there, very nice. Now we've got a pair of Panthers being pulled out by the German, the Panzer League player. And that landmine has been detonated. Do we see any additional Teller mines here? I don't see any.
Capture the location.
Shrimwagens are maybe deploying out some more landmines. As that starts flashing around. Overall, this game's been a bit indecisive, mostly by the US player, but he starts blobbing forward, does find another landmine there, doesn't sweep it, and it looks like this Hellcat finds another landmine. Down south, the Flamer engineers capturing this point. This is a teller mine, not a regular landmine, which could find a Hellcat and destroy it. And you may hear my heater turning on because I keep on forgetting to turn off my heater when I do my streams.
Engineers, fuel supply is ours.
Up north, we do have another landmine being deployed right there. Of course, this is a Flamer squad, not a Minesweeper squad, and a Shimwagen does back away, though he may have spotted it there. And why is... Okay. Why the... Okay, I guess you want to make sure that Hellcat gets out of line of sight so we can get repairs. The U.S. players have 51 tickets. His opponents still have 499. The U.S. players basically only have to go for his annihilation and force his opponent out of the game by a massive victory at the current rate. Now we do have a mortar pool being deployed out, likely for an AT gun. So he's still keeping his resources quite high. He should have enough for another Hellcat, right?
Ready for another beating. We finished construction.
Munitions observation post has been claimed. Going for a 30 cal as well. Very nice. Now got a pair of AT guns being brought there. That's why he has receiving up some resources.
Painkiller here.
Listen up.
That's it. Construction finished.
US player being just blobbing around. Overall,
Crew deployed.
this replay is not exactly super entertaining, though I do like how the Wehrmacht, the Panzer Elite player has been using those landmines, that's for sure. Both sides being very, very passive, but the US player is just blobbing mostly. We may see some bars deployed out.
57 mil at your service.
Panthers have been pretty passive as well. We've got, of course, these Assault Grenadiers here.
Fuck, we're pinned. They got it. Fuck.
Engineers ready.
Found a landmine. And this TG squad and the Panther does find a shot there onto the AT gun. There's a handful of landmines in this range as well. That is actually a teller mine right there as well. Does go ahead and spot that teller mine there. Regular landmine here. He could... Okay, he does not detonate the landmine there with the Panther. Had to try and avoid some fire there. Good shots from the Flamer Engineers. Does throw some sticky bombs down the Panthers. AT gun trying to rotate its gun. Multiple sticky bombs down the Panther. Does get a fully immobilized crit right there. Warhammer Track needs fire barrage onto this AT gun. Does take out the Panther there. And now we've got the landmine detonation there. This teller mine's about to be detonated as well. If that goes, that's going to be a big explosion. Those throw an incendiary grenade onto the AT gun. And this Panther receives a main gun destroyed crit. I'm not sure what. The AT gun on the back. Hellcat has its main gun destroyed as well. Could use field repairs to get that going. Rifleman trying to go for a sticky bomb there, but gets interrupted by his own Hellcat. The two is making his advance. Maybe trying to find a shot there onto the Hellcat. Does receive an AT gun shot across the river. It goes down right there. Does get a sticky bomb onto that Rifleman squad before it gets wiped out by the Panther. Hellcat goes down. Panther goes down. Everything's just dying.
We got company. Enemy troops right fucking there.
Okay, let's do a bit of a recap. We got 2 Riflemen, 1 AT gun, and 2 Flamer Engineers. Fresh Hellcat. And we have the Pershing now available. The AT gun looks like it got fully destroyed. Hellcat starts pushing way forward. We do still, of course, have the mortar half track a little bit exposed.
Lines are collapsing.
And STG squad does avoid some combat there. Hellcat may be behind to displace these guys out of cover. And of course, there's still this forward HQ here for forward healing and reinforcements. That will give these guys much longevity. 2-2 does receive some shots there. Not a single model has gone down there by the Assault Grenadiers.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory cut off.
Just trying to get some healing there. Maybe the Horde mortar half can throw some mortars here as well. 2 has received quite a bit of fire there. Needs to pull back. Does go out of control right there.
Enemy unit down.
So, Rifleman trying to decapture that point. The well-placed incendiary grenade there could burn the entire squad. Getting a great incendiary mortar there. And Assault Grenadiers do drop a couple mortars. Holy crap, what was that? A lot of models went down right there. Looks like the Flamer Engineer and also Rifleman go down there as well? Or was it just half the Rifleman squad? All I saw was a bunch of death there. Wasn't really counting how much went down.
Operation posts report we are losing a sector.
Ready here.
Let's just
Going
focusing
after one of our
down the
munitions squads.
HQ itself.
Forward supply lines are broken.
We're being fired.
He is reinforcing the Panzer Grenadiers here, and the Assault Panzer Grenadier does get spotted. These are regular landmines, which could be detonated by the Hellcat. Let's see some healing there from the HQ.
We have a threat to our victory.
Trying to capture that point. He does not have the Pinto mount, does get one of the models crushed. This squad's so spread apart, this guy could run straight into the Hellcat and crush himself. And now we do have the Pershing out in the field. He will need to pull out some Panthers.
Taking it.
And we do actually have a... Oh yeah, I forgot. He's gone for Tank Hunter, which means double Panther Strike as well. The Fort HQ, of course, is still under siege. He's trying to repair up the mortar half-track while it has 20 kills. We've got the Schimwagen captured that point now. And we've got this Schimwagen up here. Let's switch over to the Panzer Elite player. US player is actually down to 6 tickets as well, so the US player does not have many tickets. He does have Hetzers available, but he's going for the Panther. It's going a bit more heavier. And the Fort HQ does get destroyed.
Send your mission orders.
We'll throw down some Teller mines there, which could be very useful. And now here comes the Panthers. He has 3 Panzer Grenadiers, all armed with something differently. Of course, they have the mortar half track.
Ready.
No who's remaining. We have the Schimwagen way down south. And that is a regular landmine. He may spot it relatively shortly. Panzer Grenadiers is going to just go behind the head cover, trying to avoid the shots. Mortar half track may be eyeing a barrage in this region. Yep, gets a good hit there. Pershing rolls a miss there. Panthers going to make their advance. Landmine does get detonated there. But it's his own mortars raining on there. He detonated his own landmine with a mortar half track. That was completely his own fault. Panthers received quite a bit of fire there. Pershing rolls a miss there on the retreating heavy assault grenadiers. And the Pershing may go down. Does use the allied field repairs. And this Panther was charging forward. The senior mortar rolls a big miss there, trying to burn the church down. These engineers will go ahead and avoid the Panther. Has a regular landmine as well, so if a regular rifleman comes up and trips it, it will damage the engine of the Hellcat. A Hellcat Panther. Ooh, great hit there on the G43 squad. Panther severely wounded. HE gun may find another shot there. Nope, looks like it's out of vision range. Rifleman trying to go for a sticky bomb there, and the Panthers are very wounded. That is a regular teller mine, not a regular landmine. And Sternwagen does go down right there.
Destroyed a vehicle.
Heavy assault grenadiers making their advance. Should be some good damage there. Oh, but he may detonate his own landmine there. Okay, he did not.
Troop ready for battle.
Another squad of heavy assault grenadiers. He's not exactly super high in munitions. His Panthers are just still quite wounded. He's lacking assault grenadiers for repairs. Not assault grenadiers, but Panzer grenadiers. As he finds another regular landmine there. Teller mine's still here.
We are not built for heavy combat.
You're not built for heavy combat. You're not built for any combat.
Attention. The enemy advances.
Ooh. And that's a fresh landmine there. Oh, that's a teller mine. This is a fresh landmine here, but he does not place on a retreat path. That's another landmine there, but it does avoid that one as well. More landmines being deployed on out. And Panther does find a good hit there onto the engineers.
Order reporting.
Incendiary mortar does come forward, but largely went into the water. As Panther is still quite wounded, the Pershing should... yeah, there's a sticky bomb. The Pershing could pursue it, but Barr just got researched and fully immobilized there. Oof, that's not good. Panzer Grenadiers G43 are pushing their forward. May want to use suppressive fire ability there. Panzer lead player is at top cap as well. He needs more points. Try and go for a sticky bomb there. Does get a sticky bomb across the creek. His engine is now destroyed. Now he really can't move. It's full. It can't move. Plus, it can move slowly. And this is a regular landmine that the Pershing may find. He does find. Sees a pen there. Pershing gets a good pen as well. Panther does go down. He's using field repairs on the Pershing to get its engine back and going. That one Pershing is very important. Gets a nice rear armor hit there. Does get a sticky bomb off. Does roll a miss there. Does get an engine crit onto the Pershing. Allied field repairs does almost wear off. Or no, that's the engineers repairing up now. Mortar's running on. More sticky bombs are being thrown as well. And getting a fully immobilized crit there. But a mortar does connect to the Pershing, destroying the repairing engineer, so its engine will remain damaged. But that is now Vet 3 Pershing. And Vet 3 Pershings are nasty. Not like they're really nice to begin with. Does lose that G43 squad. Now he's just down to 2 STG squads and 2 mortar half-tracks. He needs another pair of Panthers. Sorry about that, I had to... My phone started ringing, it was a spam number. Rifleman does get suppressed there by a mortar half-track. AT gun lines trying to get crossfire on the infantry. Won't be successful with that. Another SG squad advance. And that heavy assault grenadier, of course, does get forced back by the Pershing. 6 points, and I think the US player may win this game. He has a Vet 3 Pershing, needs repairs, but a Vet 3 Pershing it will be a monster to deal with. Panthers will have severe trouble versus a Vet 3 Pershing. So he does have a lot of landmines still everywhere. If the Pershing finds a teller mine that could be useful, Pershing's not getting repaired up either. Let's switch with the US player. Where's those engineers? There's one. There's another one. He needs to get that repaired up as soon as possible. Granted, with Castle Vision, we know there's a pair of Panthers out now. The 6 tickets are against the U.S. player. If you think that was for the U.S. player.
Taking Berlin by Christmas.
But it could still really go either way. The Vet 3 Pershing makes a big difference.
Engineers in the field.
Let's switch over back to the Panzer League player. I like the music a little bit better. Finds a landmine there, forcing back the rifleman. Mortar does not get a hit there.
Americans are seizing territory
And this
from us.
landmine may be detonated. Does not get detonated there. Does find that landmine, but his squad does survive. Mortar's running on the
Supply lines
VP,
are broken. We have territory cut off from supply.
Send your
and the Panzer Grenadiers are trying to hold this sector. We've got the riflemen here. I don't think they have frag research. They do spot each other, but only a handful of rifleman models are actually firing. Up north, we do got the Panzer Panthers. AT gun is in the region. Does find an observation post, which has been netting him a lot of additional munitions. Potential. He had the Hetzer selected for quite some time, but we haven't seen the Jag Panther yet.
The Americans are
Many people
capturing
don't
a
really
sector.
want the Jag Panther. The Jag Panther may be necessary to gauge that Vet 3 Pershing.
contact, awaiting orders.
We have lost a vehicle.
Schimbogen, of course, can't hold a candle to a Vet 3 Pershing. Panther receives a hit there as an AT gun shot onto the Panther as well. Pershing receives some hits there, but he has plenty of health to gamble around with. Destroyed engine, so that Panther is good as dead. That would get some nice pen. Gain some hits on the Panther. It looks like the Panzer League player may be backing out of the
The
game.
enemy unit has fallen to our might.
AT gun does get overran. Good hits there on the Vet 3 Pershing. He's trying to go repairs. A nice incendiary mortar there to dissuade the repairs. Good job, the US player. I was going to see if he gets out field repairs. Doesn't have a light AT Afchik either. Trying to repair up the engineers. Finds a hit there on the rifleman of the Panther. Pershing does not find another shot there. No additional mortar shots here either. Does get engine damage crit there, so likely he will overrun the mortar half track.
Send your orders.
Panzer Grenadier is going to try for stealth capture there. Finds a landmine there, I think got detonated. That could be from the mortar half track, however. Panther will need to fall back. Assault Rangers making their way forward. That is a teller mine, so it cannot be detonated by the riflemen. At least not with their feet.
The enemy has moved against one of Germany's victory points.
And the rifleman squad does fall back there. He will be captured at this point, so maybe he at this point will be decaptured, so no stealth capture to bleed out tickets. But there's a senior mortar there, which will stall out the game. Does fall back to the rifleman. The assault grenadiers could brave the flames,
has
capture that
struck.
point, but he does
The
lose
Americans
that
are capturing a sector.
Panzer Grenadier, I believe. And he would be able to decapture this point no problem. And he will not capture up
Forward
this one
supply
time,
lines are
so
broken.
it would not be a stealth capture.
Objective captured. Send reinforcements now. Send orders.
He really hates him. I mean, he wasn't really abusing, though he was a bit passive of Blobby, but that's about it for a time. And he made some big mistakes with lack of minesweeper for quite a bit of time in the game. But I didn't see anything that's like abusive. Not like we saw snipers. Hellcats were largely ineffective this game. Pershing's now fully repaired as well. And we still have the 30 cal and place them up here, and the observation post didn't go down either.
Requesting support. Achtung,
Great hits there on the Panthers, but the Panthers do send some good pens onto the Pershing as well. The Hellcats could charge forward at this time. Or not. The Panzer players has a lot of VPs to play around with. So you can prolong the game, trade time for resources. Hellcats making his advance. That'll be a great way to help engage these Panthers. Let the Pershing absorb shots. Doesn't have to worry about rear armor anymore because it's Specialty 3. So there are now there's of course 3 Panthers, not just 2. Yeah, he does need repairs. He only has 1 Panzer Grenadier of 2 models. I think he's at pop cap. Let's see.
We are losing
So he
ground.
should be able to pull out 1 more Panzer Grenadier, right? He's low on manpower as well, so maybe he's having trouble with population and manpower issues.
fall in with that troop.
Forward supply
There's
lines are
the
broken.
Panzer Grenadier. Got a tank buster squad. Decapturing that point will allow the US player to hasten the end of the game. Pershing gets much needed repairs. Both the Hellcats do
Overlayer can now
camouflage.
use armor-piercing rounds.
Okay, armor piercing rounds now available.
This is Panzer.
Doesn't have a whole lot of munitions.
Panzer.
He's being a little bit unusually toxic, to say the least. Not the US player, but the Panzer Elite player. Some of his mistakes were largely his own. He was playing the game great. Blowing up his own tank buster, or Panzer Grenadier, or Panzerschreck was probably what really got the US game to get so
Victory
far
reserves are
ahead.
at 300 points.
Because those Panzerschrecks would make a difference in fighting the Pershing.
Target area secure. Panzer ready to break through.
Oh, was that an armor-piercing round? Or was that just straight up a miss? Pershing rolls a bounce there. Panzerschrecks do get a hit there. Riflemen gain some good shots there on the Panzerschreck squad. And good shots there onto the Panthers now. You're right, he hasn't seen the Hellcats yet. I don't think these Hellcats have been made themselves known whatsoever. 0 kills. Now here comes the Hellcats charging forward. This Panther is quite wounded. There is a Tellermine here, which could be detrimental to either side because he's sitting, his own units are sitting on top of it. One Pershing Panther does go down. And there goes that Hellcat. Mortar half-track goes down as well. The Riflemen trying to go for some sticky bombs. Looks like they're not successful. Panthers are still quite healthy, but still have to avoid the sticky bombs. And here comes a sticky bomb onto the wounded Hellcat.
Unique Yacht Hunter can now be called to remote locations.
The Yak Panther can now be deployed, but he needs more manpower for it. You may see a sticky bomb to this guy. No, he throws. Yeah, he does. We do see a sticky bomb to that guy, but he hit this guy, not this one. Fully immobilized. Another sticky bomb there. He does get damage engine there. Pershing's making his way forward. Another sticky bomb. Rolls a hit. Just damage there. Pershing could be find the Tellermine. Does get a pen there. For the Vet 3 Pershing, may need to attack. Just use an A move. Don't need to get anywhere closer. But the Tellermine will be tripped. No, it does not get
The
tripped.
enemy advances.
And guess where I found it? Found this replay. SG squads do fall back. Panzer trying to capture the central VP. It's a triple capture against the Panzer Elite player. And the Pantrick squad does go ahead and fall back. May get wiped out by the Pershing. One model does get annihilated. Jeez. He is really, really
We have lost a
salty.
unit to the enemy's advances.
Send your
We
mission
are
orders.
losing a sector.
Yeah, that's likely the end of the game. He's not reinforcing these guys. He may be backing out of the game about now. And yep, and that's the end of the replay. This is Adam Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Yeah, unusually toxic, and surprising enough, very gameplay sense from the Panzer Lead player, but he just lost. I don't know what exactly he could have done better, but he was playing well for most of the game, and all of a sudden he just couldn't keep up the infantry. I guess he lost too many Panzer Grenadiers was his big issue. Let's go ahead and go for a 2v2. I remember, what was it? He tends to, one of those Terra players Sky's the Limit that tends to use a pack abuse bug. I'm just going to just avoid them for the time being. Let's go for this one here. I think it was Sky is the Limit that tends to use the pack abuse bug. I could be mistaken though. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawn on the left side as the Panzer Lead player, we have a foreign name. Spawn on the top as his teammate as the Wehrmacht player, we have Sallow. Spawning as the British forces, Mr. Sleaze. Spawning as the yellow British player, we have, I don't know how to pronounce this, GSOSG. It's like the symbol, what's the term for the word that can be spelled the same forward and backward, like radar? That sort of style name. Oh, you like this map? Well, have fun. Enjoy it. Scope Rifle's going for the fuel point, and for this munitions point here, will they manage to desync their pack-ups? This one is pulling out. He'll likely go for this fuel point here. Just a gut instinct. So we could go towards this munitions point down here. So let's see. Will we go here or here? These are two common spots. So it's not common for somebody to go very far forward and deploy it here.
Fuel point captured.
Kaliningrad will capture the fuel point there. We got a Schimwagen deployed on out. The Wehrmacht Schimwagen. The one armed with MG42. Truck making his way up the hill, and do have a Bren carrier deployed on out for this Brit here. And the fact he's deploying, captured this munitions point here, I believe that he's going to pack set up on that munitions point, and there is a bit of land up here to have him set up there.
Objective secure. Fuel depot secured.
And there's a sector right there.
Armored car ready.
Do have a 221 deployed out by the Panzer Lead player. That's interesting. Maybe wants something a bit more mobile to engage the Bren carriers to help his teammates Schimwagen. And we got this point being set on up. It is going to be locking down this munitions point. Or maybe not. There's usually an animation effect there. Ah, yeah. Got the little flag there. So he has. Bren carrier engaged in a 221. Kettingrad's going to body block the Bren carrier, but it was unsuccessful. It is successful right there now. 221 could advance a little bit closer. It does have a full 360 turret, unlike the Bren gun on the front. It does get the engine damage there as well with the Schimwagen support. He's able to quickly pick off this Bren carrier now. Very, very good teamwork there to take out that Bren carrier. Intersection squad will need to fall back sooner rather than later. It does spot the MG42 setup as well. And over here, the scope rifles are capturing the fuel point now, as well as the squad. Scope rifle squad does decapture the fuel point there. Something happened? That's the two Brits talking, right? Retreating squad. I'm not sure what was spotted. Something happened, but I don't know what happened. Oh, did he lose a squad entirely? Oh, retreating squad killed the Kettengrad. Yep, in Company Wars 1, your guys can still occasionally fire while retreating. So the Kettengrad must have gone down when one of the squads were retreating back. Bit of a unlucky turn of events. Best use of Bergentiga to recover that Kettengrad. Lieutenant has pushed his way forward. And we do have something deployed there. This could be for the infantry support truck. We do have a handful of tank traps deployed out here by the Wehrmacht player. Scope rifles do find a sniper there, but of course they have a scoped designated marksman there, which could quickly pick off the sniper if they get in range. Also, we've got another truck 221 deployed on out that may be upgraded to a 223. Got a pair of Wehrmacht landmines as well. Over here, the 221 will be decapturing this point, going for some heavy capturing squads. Scope rifles are advancing. They don't want to be tied to a lieutenant, but the lieutenant is here to support them, though they're running away from the lieutenant. And over here, we do have a casualty clearing station right there. Pretty far forward, actually, but that should be able to heal squads right there as they retreat back, so it's probably not a horrible position, just a little bit weird of the hill. And that is not a 221, but a 222. Let's take a look at these 221s. This one has been upgraded to 223. And this one's being upgraded to 223 as well. Looks like we're going to be hauling down this munitions sector here. A bit wounded as well. Could get some repairs. Perhaps by Bergentiga. Dudes making advanced force back to the scope rifle squads. And there's no landmines to retreat back. You need. I haven't seen these sappers out either to deploy out landmines. Over here, Schirmwagen getting a bit of a recon. Will spot this casualty clearing station. May take some shots there onto the medics themselves to get them cleaned up. And the scope rifle squad may get some shots there onto the Schirmwagen.
Able to enjoy the benefits of our Jaeger Command upgrade.
Panzerjäger Command got another 221 being deployed out. Deployed to get it to a 223 to get more resource income. And now we've got the Schirmwagen reverse moving into the scope rifles. There are 3 scope rifles in this region. Over here, the 2-2s finding some shots there onto the casualty clearing station. The Panzerjäger Command has been researched, but no other HQs. It's not meant for Panthers. He may actually go for a Martyr. Has to pull up the HQ command truck. Trying to retreat away. Or, nope, just want to get a better retreat possibility if needed. Or casualty being claimed. Actually, this is going to be the first two Wehrmacht snipers right there. He's trying to overrun the snipers with those designated marksmen now. Schirmwagen could rush forward to save the snipers. Quite wounded, but he just needs a brief moment. Maybe a full retreat's in order. He does fully retreat now. Another logistics car upgrade, and I do see a captain out in the field deployed out by Yellow. Yellow's deployed out his field support truck up north at the fuel point. And these tank traps will disrupt the movement of his teammates' 222s, but they're not fully tank trapped off. And I hear a bunch of landmine detonations there by the scope rifles. So that one may have splashed his own squad. here. 2-2 finds some shots onto the scope rifle squad. It's like both Brits have gone for 3 squads of scoped rifles. No Brens, no rifle grenades. Those are those deployed designated marksmen there. Saw the tracer effect. Does get another kill there. The Volksgrenadier will manage to escape on out of there. Sniper finds a shot there. Sturmwagen does do some nice body blocking there on the scoped rifles. They're trying to run down these snipers. They do see some shots from the Pioneers. The do camouflage there, does get revealed there, and suppressed by the MG42. Sniper rolls a miss there, and these squads do fall back. No squad wipes, though one of them was pretty close. He had squad and lieutenant, and a landmine there deployed up with the Brits. Let's do a quick doctrinal recap. Don't know anything for the Panzer player. Doesn't appear to be anything with the Wehrmacht player. This Brit may have deployed out, selected something. Strong likelihood of Royal Artillery. And there may not be an actual doctrine selected just yet. That's a bit higher in the command points. I think this player has gotten 1 command point spent. Let's switch over to the other Brit. Let's see what's being deployed there. Armor command truck, and speaking of which, there's another armor command truck here.
Heavy MG ready for orders.
Where's this HQ truck? I do not know where Science HQ truck is. That's his teammate's HQ truck. So where is his own? Did he lose that? Here, a tank. And I don't know why. I have a good knack of finding snipers hitting landmines.
CP lorry ready to deploy.
Armor command truck deployed on out. Oh yeah, I can always. Let's switch over to the other Brit and see what that HQ command truck is. Oh, it's way down here. That's where it was. Scope rifles making an advance. These snipers can't sit there and take shots. Sturmwagen pushing way forward. Does fall back away from the scope rifles. And more scope rifles advancing. All 6 scope rifles are in this region. 2-2 skirmishing around. The Sturmwagen is here to support as well. Getting some great damage there with a negative cover there. Able to get some extra damage on those advancing squads. Though the 2-2 has to be a bit of fire there. And this 2-3 has not been deployed up either. Sturmwagen has seen some extra bullets there. And we do got some sniper shots there onto these scope rifles now.
Listen along, good.
The scope rifles are not receiving sniper shots there with their retreating state there. Lieutenant capturing or decapturing the VP. Okay, I wonder if he pinged somewhere. Scope rifles making an advance. We've got the MG42 packing on up. The 3 scope rifles there could quickly pick it off from the front. That may have been a Piet shot there. That was an unusual explosion effect. Yeah, it had been a Piet. Two and 223 engaging these forces at long range. 223 has packed on up and does redeploy on that munitions point there. Why does the Brit player doesn't change the location of this truck? This one here or this one? I don't know if this one here could push a little bit farther forward. A lot of times people just don't want to take time to move stuff around. We got a Cromwell tank deployed on out. Cromwell is actually a relatively uncommon item to see. We may see a Martyr to counter it. We've got a command tank here as well. And looks the MG42 has been decrewed and has been claimed by the Brits. Light ATF track trying to pitch some shots in. We've got 3 Wehrmacht snipers advancing.
Ready to roll her out, sir. Cromwell
Carmel advancing. We do have a landmine here by the Brits. It does take out that medic there. We have a Bofors here. Just a defensive placement and make sure light vehicles will rush forward. Command or regular Cromwell has received a Panther shot there. Speaking of which, we got, of course, Panthers deployed out by the Panzer lead player. Throwing blitz away, maybe emergency war speed. Mines are right here, so maybe the Panzer will find them.
Germans are trying to overrun one of our strategic locations.
This one's being upgraded PX now. The other one gets a pen and a bounce. Over here, Scope Rifles making their way forward, engaging these forces, but we've got multiple Wehrmacht snipers still in this region. Finds that landmine there with this Panther. The Panther still is pretty high in health, so should be able to get repaired up no problem. Left-handed pushes way forward. Now these PS should be able to advance no problem in this sector. One Piet rolls a miss there. The other both Panthers still have plenty of health. The Piets could make short work over them, or they can be complete whiffs. Lots of bounces there. That's basically the complete whiff section. One rolls a miss there. I'm not a big fan of the Piets in this game. They're really hit or miss. Literally. You got a Firefly deployed on out, and the Chromo is still alive. 17 pounder being deployed out as well. Or not 17 pounder, 20. Oh yeah, that's not a 17 pounder, that's 25 pounder. At first I thought it was going to be the 17 pounder AT gun, but it's actually 25 pounder artillery piece, but that gets cancelled as well. Going a bit more of a safer location, he may have gone for rural artillery. This doctrine has been selected for this player. A doctrine's been selected for this player, so I have no idea what doctrines both players gone for yet. Let's see. Bofors here, and we got actually Royal Engineers. You can see by the wooden planks. So this one has gone for Royal Engineers, and that's the one who's trying to pull out the 25 pounder. Okay. Fourth Wehrmacht sniper deployed on the field. Ooh, the Brits gonna be angry with that. So we got Royal Artillery. Or Royal Engineers. This one's probably going for Royal Artillery, I'm guessing. That's usually a staple. And the Wehrmacht player has gone for defensive. Got a good hit there on the Panther with the Firefly. Another good hit there by the Firefly as well. We do have a regular landmine deployed out by the Wehrmacht player. Man take the support from the Firefly as well, so should be able to get some good work done. Soon asking for a flank, and that is the Wehrmacht player. The Panzer League player has an unknown doctrine as well. 223 could get overwhelmed by the Piets. And artillery now raining on top of snipers. For the Fatherland has been activated for the Wehrmacht player. And we've got these Tyndall's hull mounts, coaxials trying to do some work. 223 receives a miss from that Firefly. Another miss as well. Receives more fire from the 222. Schimwagen 8 to 17 pounder hit. And rolls a miss right there. Light abstract trying to go forward for a crit.
25 pounder ready.
And these are both deployed by the same player.
25 pounder ready. Secured.
We've also got the Cromwell command tank up here as well. Displacing whatever's inside that garrison. Actually destroying this garrison. Force sniper goes one shot of howitzer. Yep. I'm defense. Word. He's asking where to deploy out Flak 88. More casualties being claimed here. Looks like we got a free squad of infantry sections. That sounded like more than 4 shots. Schimwagen is at infantry once we got that one light vehicles. Of course, he's the Wehrmacht player, and now he's eyeing for the Flak 88. Good Panzerstruck hits there. No extra Panzerstruck. Has not gone for a Tank Hunter. I don't know what doctrine the Panzer League player has gone for, but I'm pretty sure he's spent at least one command point. So it's either Scorched Earth or a Tank Hunter. Trying to go for Gets a crush on one of those snipers there. Does get a destroyed entry crit there with light track. Actually fully immobilized as well. Wait,
The enemy is
that
weakening
Cromwell just
now.
got 3 snipers. Another shot right there. Oof. You were saying about something about a howitzer shot in there? No, Cromwell.
Loud and clear. Send.
Advanced repairs are now available to the Kampfgruppe.
Oh, here comes the 25 pounder. Trying to hit that pack 38. Cloak. I guess he's asking his teammate to cloak something. Not sure what.
Joist Panzer. Roadblocks are now at our disposal.
And the Panzer League player has definitely gone for Scorched Earth now. So Scorched Earth is available. He's like to go for Humors. And the person who has a 25 pounder is not Royal Artillery, he's Royal Engineer, so he does not have supercharged rounds. Flak 88 finds a round onto the Firefly there, but the scope rifle is going to go ahead and decrew that Flak 88. We got some register artillery ready in for the Wehrmacht player. Getting some good hits over there as well. And trying to focus on the Flak 88 now. The Panthers are actually quite healthy. These are not riflemen, so he doesn't have to worry about sticky bombs there, but there goes the Flak 88. Light abstract and efficiency 2 as well, both double defense. He's only running that for crits. Let's see now. The only doctrine we don't know about yet is his. I'm exceedingly. Yep, oh, that's hauled down. Wait, they've both gone for Royal Engineers. Okay, so both have gone for Royal Engineers. They're eyeing for maximum resource income, and the Panther rolled a bounce on the hold down Firefly there. 25 pounder finds a good hit there onto the Pack 38, and we got a Martyr deployed. Getting some shots in, getting some good damage in. Register artillery rains on in on top of the munitions point here, as the Pack 38 does find a hit there on the Firefly. Panther receives a bounce there. These forces, of course, need some repairs. His teammate does also have the repair sapper, gaining some overhealing potential. Landmine was spotted by the minesweeper of the Pioneers.
Germans are seizing territory from us.
Central VP is being decaptured. Is he going to scorch the point? And he does not scorch the point there. He may not have that ability selected just yet. Fireflies fully healed, so one of them's getting overhealed. Barmo finds a shot, or receives a shot there from
reporting they have destroyed a German target.
And the Cromwell finished off the last sniper, so all the snipers got picked off by Cromwells. Also, he does find a landmine over here by the Wehrmacht player, and his teammates getting some nice overheals on all of these forces. Down south, we do have, I'm not sure, this is the carcass being destroyed. The Martyr may have gone down. No, the Martyr's still alive. We got multiple Martyrs deployed out by Red. So it looks like he's going for Panthers and Martyrs and soon to be Hummels. Maybe a good idea for the the Wehrmacht player to get out some repair bunkers. We do have 2. Yep, that's what,
battalion has improved our HQ.
1200, 32,
Reporting they have destroyed a German
1320 manpower down the drain to Cromwell's. Cromwell here may have found a landmine there, but right now doesn't have an engine crit. I hear 25 pounders raining on top of the Flak 88. The Flak 88 receiving some fire, but largely misses. massive assault over here. Fireflies and scope rifles with some Piats to boot. No, that math was wrong. It was 1360 manpower, not 1320. You also have an MG bunk here. Panzer trucks are advancing. He does have 4-man squads there. Landmine is a Wehrmacht landmine. And the Fireflies are skirmishing around it. Does find these pioneers, destroys some of the wire they just laid down. And he's going to try to focus down some of these tank traps. Does receive a hit there by the Martyr. Martyr's, of course, quite squishy, but they do have good range. Damage is not all too great, though. Machine gun bunker receiving some fire from these Fireflies. Firing line of Fireflies. The MG bunker is now down. Scope rifles can push forward and provide a nice screen for his Fireflies. Multiple pens there on the Panther. 52 is advancing, has double defense, not accuracy. Good damage there onto these forces. Some of the OPOs are going down. 52's trying to be blitzed away. Scope rifles trying to pick off these Panzer Grenadiers. Light TF track does receive a pretty good hits there. Needs to fall back. Pack 38 firing some shots into rolling bounces. And scope rifles push the way forward. Down south, we got the Martyrs advancing, trying to get some shots on in. Some of these Fireflies are quite wounded.
Now at 300 points.
£25-pounders hitting some shots here. This black gun maybe at the maximum range of the non-supercharged particle supercharged round 25-pounders. You have some landmines here, but they're getting spotted by the scope rifles. This one does get spotted as well, so both got spotted. Martyr has his main gun up and going, gets his main gun destroyed once again. He just repaired that, and now he will die. These the Martyrs not a massive deal. They're a little bit outclassed by Fireflies. 2-3 does go down, and Register Artillery is raining on in over here. This Martyr will escape out as the scope rifle receives some fire from the 222s. Does find that landmine there that was actually swept but never detonated, and finds that landmine as well. These guys are very, very wounded. And that engine immediately got fully removed because he tapped him with the wrenches. He already had over max health. Looks like more Register Artillery. Yep, Register Artillery right there. Whatever squad was there is now dead, and it takes out the Firefly there. This one almost went down as well. That Register Artillery was very good. Light TF track finds a hit there on the command tank. Destroyed engine crit there. Could rush forward to take out the other Firefly, but does not. This thing's good as dead. The Light TF track can slowly pick that off. This Firefly is overhealed and receive multiple pens there from these Fireflies. Does take out that Firefly with the AT gun. Martyr finds a miss and multiple hits there onto that Firefly now. So, I'm so surprised they actually got through. These tank traps seem like they don't properly block.
We are losing a sector.
That could be my misconception, though. Scope rifles receiving quite a bit of fire there. And the Flak 88 does find a direct hit there, so does the Martyr. Or maybe not the Martyr. It says 0 infantry kills. Good hits there on the Panthers. Panthers will need to fall back in some repairs. Light TF track is pretty much full health. Or is at full health. Making KC. Saying it Popcat. Knight's Cross. That's what he's saying. I was thinking King Tiger at first. When I say K, I think King Tiger. Churchills are now available. An ABRE wouldn't be half bad. They have 600 munitions. They have a lot of munitions to waste. At least this one. The other one has 1100 munitions. spam out landmines at that point in time. Deploy a sapper just purely to lay down landmines. Every engagement they have, they should use those designated marksmen there, because they have munitions to burn. Getting out AVR Reed to start nuking stuff wouldn't be half bad either. They do a good amount of damage versus vehicles as well. Not exactly the greatest, but still you could just start throwing munitions at your opponent. In that case, literally. That's fine hit there on the 222. 70 pounder onto the Flak 88. Another Cromwell actually got completed. So this looks like 2 Cromwells, 1 command Cromwell. And good hit there by the Light TF Track. Light TF Track has 11 infantry kills. Finds another hit there as well. That's crosshair deployed and out, but only Vector C1, which so they will have a bit of trouble. And some good damage there. The scope rifle squads are getting ripped apart right there. Panzerstrikes are advancing, trying to get some hits there on the Cromwells. Down south, we do have the next command tank going down to the Light TF Track Panther. It does have the command tank there now. Very nice pick. Martyr is a little bit wounded. Could provide some good coverage. Bofors in the region. Not sure exactly how effective a Bofors is versus a Martyr, but I assume the Bofors wouldn't be half bad. Cromwell trying to use Mercy Warrior's speeds. Finds a shot onto the command of Cromwell, and PS do get some good hits there onto that Panther. Those who retreat to Captain right there, very nice. Try and avoid their rocket barrage, getting some great hits there. Let's take the casualty clearance station. It does save all his infantry units. Scope Rifle's pushing way forward, asking for his teammates Hummel. Let's see if he has it available. He does have Hummel out in the field. You've got some 25 pounder barrages now raining on in. Hummel should easily be able to outrange them since they're not supercharged. So it'll be a bit hard to take them out because they're, of course, Royal Engineers. Firefly's getting some much needed health and over health. More Cromwells. Is that... And this Cromwell did actually escape, so it will be healed up. Need some time to vet. Let's see. That is the Wehrmacht player asking... Needing resources for the Campcraft Center. Center VP is being captured up by the captured MG42. Got her explosion somewhere. That could have been just a hull down being unhulled down. And there's 3 Fireflies all supported by a command tank. They should do some great damage there. Knights Crossholders are advancing. 3 Knights Crossholders, and the Kekgrad does go down there. Cromwell advancing does use emergency war speed there. Didn't get any crushes there on that Knights Crossholders, but good hits there onto the Cromwell. This Cromwell could also advance. The Central VP is captured up by the Brits. The Brits do have quite a bit more tickets, 413 to 218.
Veteran seat gained.
It does get fed 2 infantry now for his Knights Crossholders. He could deploy out some Panthers of his own, but needs a lot more manpower. Good hit there on the Cromwell. It may be a good idea for the Wehrmacht player to start eyeing some Panthers. They're fighting against a lot of armor. Good Panzer shots there. These Panzer Grenadiers are now advancing, trying to get more Panther Trick shots.
They're losing
And now his
territory.
teammates Panther starts advancing, does use a sprint there with the Panzer Grenadiers, does detonate that landmine there. Pantrax does receive a hit there, and starting to use, let's see, he was going for a nice crush there. Does retreat back immediately when he realized that, very good. Does get a mobilized crit there on the command tank, but does manage to crawl behind cover as well. And Sappers will quickly repair up that command tank. Scope rifles are advancing. Pantrax do get a hit there on the command tank. And these Cromwells should be able to get some good works in. Hummel finds a good hit there, getting some great splash damage.
They have lost it.
Does lose the Grenadier squad there, got way outnumbered.
They have 200 points.
Enemy victory movement C. Condition online.
Enemy over!
25-pounder lining some shots onto this Panther, getting some good hits there, or a direct bounce. It is a good hit, just bounced and did nothing. And these intersections trying to make their way forward, receiving quite a bit of fire, getting whittled away. Martyr is still alive. So far, 0 kills, receiving direct hit there by the 25-pounder. Knights Cross holders are advancing. Vicious just got Specialty 3 as well. Firefly skirmishing around there, and of course, not very good for infantry, especially Knights Cross holders. Firefly is still just firing around. Gets actually a good hit there on those Knights Cross holders, and so hit there as well. Of course, they can't take out models with a direct hit. Carmel's overheal has been worn off. That one is almost dead as well. Sends a bounce. This Carmel may get fully wiped. Is receiving quite a bit of repairs there. Able to out-repair the damage. This Carmel does use emergency support speed to escape on out there, trying to engage these Knights Crossholders. Fireflies rolling around. This Carmel is still receiving quite a bit of fire there. This Panther needs pushing forward, receiving more health than damage. And we've got another Flak 88 deployed on out. He was stalling out for the Hummel barrage. Gets a great hit there on the engineers. Hummel does take out the Cromwell there. Panthers are quite vetted, but we're seeing quite a bit of fire there as well. And the wounded one, unvetted one, is getting hit significantly. And Main gun destroyed there. Maybe taken out. Light the Abstract could push forward and get some crits, if not draw some fire. There is also a Wehrmacht landmine here, which could be important. Pantrax are advancing. The command tank is no longer mobile. It says kill it. I'm not sure what it's saying kill it. Ooh, did he get a full crush right there? Because I see there was 3 squads, now there's 2 squads. Yep, and that may have been a full crush there. Over here, ooh, Churchill Crocodile deployed out in the field. I'm still a bit more impartial towards the Churchill AVREs. But it's there to do a quick skirmish around, hit these repairing engineers. Trying to hit the scope rifle squad instead, and the Martyr does go down. More of a minor loss at this point in time. Trying to hold down the Churchill now. The Hummel barrage here would be quite useful, but it may be on cooldown. Great hit there with the Panther on the infantry. More hits there on the Cromwell. The scope rifle squad does get forced back. Maybe got fully wiped. Another Churchill Crocodile advancing. That's a lot of manpower there. And Churchill Crocodile does go down. Good hits there. And the Churchill Crocodile is trying to pursue the sniper now. We got some booby trap points. That's Crossholders who are advancing, trying to engage these scope rifles. Sector artillery is also raining on in. This Flak 88 is severely wounded. Needs to get some medical packs. But does take out the Churchill right there. Churchill Crocodile here. Destroyed engine crit. Could see a Panzer Faust from the Knights Cross Order. Was that a full squad wipe? Yes, that Knights Cross Order fully got wiped there, being burned to death. And Panthers now trying to hit that 25-pounder, hauling down the Crocodiles. Won't be able to get away anytime soon. 25-pounder does receive a bounce there. So does the Panther. And the 25-pounder receives another bounce there. Fireflies are advancing, interrupting the repair of that Crocodile.
25-pounder, yeah, we're here!
And the Panther is forced to fall back, so the Crocodile actually stays alive, so does the 25-pounder. Fire line of Fireflies advancing. Maybe a crit shot's there. Nope. Oh, and that one actually went down. Was that a miss, scattering wide, killing that Panther? That may have been a miss that actually got the kill.
Cannon crew taking fire.
We do have how many Hummels? 1, 2 Hummels. 25-pounder still seems some hits there. Quite healthy, so is the Churchill Crocodile. The Flak 88 is now receiving some repairs as well. And there's a full squad wipe there. Doesn't around the carcass.
Target eliminated. Switching targets.
And trying to destroy this carcass. Churchill Crocodile has been packed on up. Trying to get this flamer into a better angle to engage those Knights Crossholders. And looks like he is booby trapping this point, not scorching it. And it got a casualty recovery medic trying to grab a, well, casualty. Pack 38 receives some 25-pounder shots there, so does the 222, but thanks to the veterancy of the 222, should be able to survive. But the Pack 38 is actually still alive as well. Almost dead though. Now it's dead. Does get hit there, get through overheal. Black 88 rolls a bounce on the Firefly, and the Hummels finding a good shot there as well. Gets a full mobilization crit there onto that Firefly, and a nice Hummel shot to boot. Decide to hold down the tank. A lot of damage here thanks to these Hummels. These horses need a whole lot of repairs currently. Churchill Crocodile advancing, forcing back some of these Knights Crossholders. And that Scope Rifle Squad does get cleaned on up. But it's there onto these Churchill Crocodile. And does the kill there on that Crocodile now. 4 hits on there, the command tank. And lots of damage coming on the command tank there from the Panther Strikes. We've got 4 Fireflies in this region, all deployed by the same person. Panther Strikes may be finding some good hits there. Yep, does find another hit. That's manpower? Yeah, the Panzer player has 2,000 manpower. And they've been wiping out manpower left and right. Crocodiles are 800 manpower each. That's a lot of manpower. They actually would receive a buff if they spent fuel to deploy them out and reduce manpower cost. And the Flak 88s are a great item to hit those Crocodiles, no problem. 1 vehicle kill, likely that was the one Crocodile we saw get a kill. Both are still alive, but barely.
Gun ready. We have destroyed an enemy unit.
Both replacement does go down to the Panther, giving up the Vector C3. But now both, or he only has the 1 Panther alive. Panther start making his way forward. Does throw around there on the Churchill Crocodile. May see some Google barrages here now.
available
YTF
for
track
deployment.
rolls a bounce, as Panther does roll a pen.
25-pounder under fire. Make it quick.
Crocodile does go down there. Fireflies are advancing. A big firing line of them, but the Flak 8s are here to cover his retreat. Good here onto this Firefly. Gets a destroyed engine crit. Sees another good hit there, but it should be out of vision ring relatively soon, but nope. See the bounce there. It goes down. How many Flak 8s are there? Oh, there's one right there. Jeez. Now let's the Brits go ahead and cast the GG. Flak 8 is just being a bit too pushed forward, and even if the Panther Lead player lose all of his force, he has 2,000 manpower, so one of them has backed out of the game, so one has fast forward for the rest of the game. Yep, it looks like both of them backed out of the game. And that's the end of the replay. This is Adam Gray saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Yeah, I think the one big problem with them was since they both went for Royal Engineers, they needed some, what's it called? Well, Royal Artillery. But even then, it's hard to say, that probably won't really hit the... Yeah, the Flak 8s would be easier to hit with that. Let's go with this one here. I don't recognize any of these names. Well, I suppose I actually just recognize one. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company Goes 1 replay. So on the south side, as a Panther Lead player, we have Oro? And spawn as teammate as the Wehrmacht player, we have Army, which Wehrmacht is literally translated to is the German word for army, so that's actually quite a fitting name. Spawning as the US player, we have QBX, or CUBYX, and as the British forces, we have Paul. The Antronaut, I have no idea actually what that region means. Pentru Spectacular? I have no idea.
We await your command.
Fuel point has been claimed right here, and looks like the Panzergrenadier is going to try to keep a claim, getting upgraded with the G43s, as scope rifles throw some rounds into them. Does get inside the garrison now. A mix of heavy cover and no cover. Panzergrenadiers could get some good damage in.
The objective is
They do decapture that fuel point now. This fuel point has been claimed, but it looks like they didn't get any income from it. More Panzergrenadiers push the way forward. Of course, got the engineers and the intersection there. Trying to bully around, does get the decapture there. Oh, so annoying. The Gretzo has plenty of health to do that once again. Oh, good night. Get some good rest.
Infantry section ready.
Petrograd still knocking around these forces, and this intersection, since he hasn't captured the squad, wasn't able to get into the fight as quickly as possible. And that is a MG, which means he's come for a weapon support center, not a barracks. G43 squad does fall back. A bit too much fire coming down onto him. And now we do have these engineers advancing against the pioneers. MG42 pushes his way forward. They, of course, did spot the US 30 cal, so that gives an idea of what the US player has gone for. This point has not received it. We're giving them any income at the moment, and we can capture them now. Soon we'll give them a handful of resources, but not a whole lot.
munitions point captured.
Yep, they may have received one fuel from that point before being captured. MG42 does find a burst there under the Brun carrier. Kampfgruppe company deployed out by the Wehrmacht or Panzerplayer. We may see some 251s, not 251s, 250 half tracks. Or go straight for the Panzerjäger command. Scope Rifle Squad getting overwhelmed by these G40, or not G43s, but these Panzer Grenadiers. And now we do have a mortar team getting some hits there on these forces. This mortar, unusual item to see, but not half bad one in this current situation. Motorcycle deployed out by the Wehrmacht player. MG42 being pushed forward once again. That could be actually a different MG42. If that is a different MG42. Both Grenadiers who get inside the garrison will find the lieutenant firing from there. Red carriers down half health. Mortars trying to get some hits onto one of these forces. Actually, onto the last known location of the MG42. Red carrier has received some fire there. He needs the US engineers to get that repaired up. This garrison has been cleaned by the Panzer Grenadiers. Does spot the US sniper there. May try to run him down. Mortar does receive some MG42 bursts there, suppressing him. I hear 30 cal hitting this MG42. And now we've got a mortar half track deployed on out. Let's go ahead and suppress this infantry section, the MG42. It does force him back. Lieutenant is following him around. We've got some mortar hits raining on in from the mortar half track onto the 30 cal. Getting a good hit there now. Next hit could be his last. Ooh, or the lieutenant's last. Pretty close to death he is. And the 30 cal does go down. The US player only has 3-man engineers, can't pick it up with his, or he will lose a squad if he does pick it up with his engineers. So maybe a good idea for the infantry to pick it up. Mortar half track now receiving fire from this Bren carrier. We've got a MG42 to help cover it. And we've got the Panzer Grenadiers pushing way forward, trying to get some good damage there onto the Bren carrier. Petrograd now receiving some fire there from the Bren carrier and decides to body block it, trying to get some more fire onto it. 4 Panzer Grenadiers engaging it. No medics yet for them, looks like, because they're all very, very wounded. And Panzer does connect onto that Bren carrier, and now the infantry section may get wiped out. That's a lot of fire on the retreat. But he was mostly in heavy cover, managed to survive thanks to the heavy cover from the carcass. Motorcycle falling away. We got the intersection getting suppressed. We got 2 US snipers engaging these forces. Kaliningrad making its way forward. Does spot the snipers. Actually, they're just running away. They're not camouflaging away. No mortar hits right there. Looks like the mortar's trying to hit the MG42. Oh, nope, that's the mortar half track firing. Got a landmine here deployed up by the US player. Rifle grenades been selected for the Brits. You got the 30 cal inside this garrison now. Mortar in place being quoted by the Brits. Where is the US mortar as well? There's the US mortar. Minor hit there. Finds a great hit there on the rifle grenades there from the other mortar half track. Good hit there on the mortar emplacement. Mortar emplacement is receiving some fire, but they're reasonably durable. That's actually... is the railroad blocking those shots? The AoE effect should do some splash damage, but the railroad itself may be blocking some of those shots. Because that mortar pit's not receiving any sort of fire. Headquarters command truck
They're losing a munitions depot.
does not have a damaged engine, so it's moving very slow because crushing terrain.
Kampfgruppen have upgraded defensive operations.
Casualty player does get some base healing now, which is very important. Good hits there onto that engineer. He does go ahead and take out that
We have
engineer now.
eliminated the enemy once more.
We got a bunker being deployed out here. It could be a casualty recovery bunker. I don't believe it's going to be a repair bunker. Definitely not a machine gun bunker. Now here comes a Greyhound. U.S. snipers are pushing their way forward. That is, of course, a U.S. landmine as well, so it doesn't have to worry about the...
Destroyed an enemy unit.
Why do I always get the snipers getting killed by landmines, but that one was a mortar detonated landmine to kill the sniper? I swear that happens way too often. Landmines kill snipers, but not usually like that. Greyhound's also almost dead. And now we do have this bunker being upgraded to the... I'm still assuming casualty recovery bunker. There's going to be a massive engagement here. Good suppression coming out by the MG42, getting all those instructions. That's exactly what it needs. The lieutenant is not at Veteran C1, so can't use heroic charge. And that is a repair bunker. And now all these mortars should be able to repair. The lieutenant does avoid that mortar shot there, as well as that one. And we got Panzer Grenadiers on the retreat path as well. Let's get forced back to 30 cal. And doesn't have the casualty clearing station anymore, so needs some healing. But Cal finds some shots there. Close going to be a counter barrage. Nope, that's incendiary mortar there. But we got a regular barrage here. Scope rifles making their advance. Still very, very wounded though, below half health. MG42 does get forced back. Pack gun may get taken out there, but does of course have base healing from his teammate. That's going to fall back. Panzer still charging forward. I hear the two US snipers. He has rebuilt a fresh one there. Its third kill has been claimed. And these snipers do get spotted by the motorcycle, but the motorcycle may get ripped apart by that 30 cal. Good shots on the motorcycle, severely wounding it, but of course there's the repair bunker here to repair it up.
Attention, the enemy advances.
Lieutenant is capturing up that field point now as these forces start making their way forward. Or half tracks do back off. And if I were to get out of range of the lieutenant as well, he has been in negative ground there. And does get some good damage there on those intersection squads. Good back all the way a little bit to get some healing. Greyhound is advancing. I think that finally got repaired up. Throwing some rounds onto those mortar half tracks, but they have plenty of health as well as some defense, as you can see. And we do got some slit trenches now being deployed out as well. Pack 30 finds him there onto the Greyhound. Next shot does connect, severely wounding that Greyhound, but he does go and back away. Incendiary mortar does come forward on top of that slit trench. Slit trench was not fully built, but will be burned to death, likely. Or gunned down. up front. We got these scope rifles here, but they will get overwhelmed by all these Panzer Grenadiers. They're also severely wounded. Let's use the designated marksman there. They do fall back in a very, very bad direction. You're seeing a lot of extra fire there. His HQ is right here, so that is actually probably the likely retreat path there. They may need to crush some of these fences in order to prevent that. That is the captured 30 cal, captured by his teammate 30 cal, and now we do have 25 pounder. Probably has gone for Royal Artillery. Rifle grenades getting some good splash damage there on those Panzer Grenadiers. He gets some good hits there on the retreat, but he doesn't get any models. 25 pounder raining on top of the mortar. We do got the For the Fatherland, so the Wehrmacht player has gone for defensive. These Pioneers will manage to find a nice flank onto that 30 cal. There's also a dropped US mortar right there. And finds a US landmine. Pretty sure that was a US landmine. Could be Brit. AT gun and armor cars pushing way forward. That could have been a landmine deployed out with the Greyhound. And the Kenigrad does get spotted there, receiving lots of fire. Almost gets guns down. Oh, almost gets gunned down.
We have gained the momentum on the field.
Forces do fall back. Motorcycle does get spotted there. Mortar has been captured by the Volks Grenadier, so he has claimed a US mortar. So there's 2 mortar half tracks, 1 Wehrmacht mortar, and 1 US mortar, all for the Axis side. That's a lot of indirect fire. Mass Panzer trucks here, 3 Panzer trucks at least, getting some great hits there on the AT gun, and fully destroys that AT gun there. Finds a hit there onto the Greyhound as well. Infantry will manage to avoid the Greyhound. Engineers won't do much versus these forces. They do get forced back. Multiple Panzer shots there. Severely wounded. Zeal is now available. Does get suppressed there by the 30 cal, or maybe not. 30 cal's way over here. Suppression, trying to hit the MP42. It has Vet 3. I guess he really didn't like these Panzer Grenadiers charging forward like that. Four snipers from Mortar half track. I mean, snipers are hit or miss. One of them was from a landmine, if I remember correctly. It wasn't paid attention to all the sniper deaths. He must have lost a lot of snipers.
Let's go. Keep them.
And we've got some 25 pounders raining on in right there. More hits on the headquarters command truck. He's asking, talking about the Panzer Elite player. Everyone is still alive. These points being captured on up. And he's starting to repair up these, the HQ command truck with the Piet squad. Mortars are raining a little bit short, unable, maybe not aware of where the new location of the command truck is. He started making his way forward now. I know he did fire some rounds. He may have splashed of some of those mortars, like that one right there, so he may have spotted it.
Research has granted us the ability to perform advanced repair.
Engineers pushing way forward. Got the advanced repair ability. Got MP40 Volks here as well. Fires the Panzerfaust onto the Greyhound. It does not retreat back. MP42 does suppress these forces. And now got the big push forward with the Panzerfaust and G43. One of the squads is unupgraded. And it's not being upgraded. Greyhound's pushing way forward. We also got a regular Sherman tank here with a 50 cal. That should be a good item for these forces. Mortars are sort of splashing these forces. It does fall back in time. HQ command truck up to half health. The casualty clearing station could use some health as well. Sherman tank will be a very powerful item at this current time. May get a good hit there on that mortar half track. Does have Veteran C3 available, doesn't have it selected, however. For the Fatherland has been activated, suppressing down the scope rifle squad.
Panzer, we are losing a fuel depot to the enemy.
For the enemy has destroyed a vehicle.
And the intersection does get suppressed.
Tank busters ready to move, sir.
It's got all reinforced here. We do got a Churchill, regular Churchill. So it looks like we got Royal Engineers, and he has not gotten for the improved replacements for the resource line. So we got a regular Churchill deployed on the field. That's an unusual item to see. I would suspect we probably should have seen APRE. Dude, so makes his way forward, does find some shots there on the sniper. Sherman tank, however, will pose a serious threat to these light vehicles. Getting repaired on up. That is a US sniper there as well. As the force does get suppressed by the MG42s.
Comfortable has proven its superiority once again.
Did that sniper go down to a mortar again? That could have been from random splash. I wasn't paying attention, but another sniper goes down. But also, I don't see any concrete evidence of hackering. We just have mortars just raining on in, but there's that many mortars. It doesn't take much to take out those snipers, that's for sure. Armor car may take out the scout or armored car. But the Patrick squad, let's finish off that M8.
Once more.
Churchill's making his way forward. Pack Lady can rotate the gun around. So can the Pantrex. Need some hits there. And the Pack 38 does go ahead and finish off the Churchill. Pounders starting to be cleaned on up. These forces are, it looks like they're pretty much back in the game. They're not doing anything at the moment. They're just chatting around. But as far as I can tell, all the snipers seen gone down are not a case of map hacking. But then again, I wasn't really paying attention for map hacking. Yep, and one of them has back the game. Let's go ahead and just fast forward. They haven't been able to deal with the blobs either.
The enemy reduces 300 points. Our brave infantry can now double their efforts against enemy tanks.
And now the other player has back. Has his teammate a map hack? Nope.
The enemy is weakening even now. Ensigns are now available for deployment.
And that's in the replay. Apparently he was actually aiming for those snipers as mortars. I mean, he has gone for Vet 3 support weapons. I'm not sure how effective Vet 3 mortars are versus snipers, but apparently relatively effective. But I have seen no concrete details of map hacking. Either way, this is Aaron Gray saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Yeah, a lot of those sniper mortar shots could be explained by rain and spread. The first sniper we saw go down was him on top of a landmine trying to hit a Greyhound with a mortar. It was just unlucky. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do this map here. This replay. And this may be my last replay for night, depending on how long it goes. Getting a bit tired, and likely if this replay goes on for long enough, it'd be 8 o'clock p.m. my time, and that's usually when I start ending the streams. By the way, let's go ahead and get started. Greetings everyone, and Great here of another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawn on the top right side as the British forces, we have Top Gaming, going for a Bren carry and packing on up. Spawning as his teammate as the Engineers, we have a foreign name. Not Engineers, US. Spawn as the opponent as the Panzer Elite, we have Fecking. And as the other Panzer Elite player, we have Jenny from Da Block. Let's go and capture that fuel point there. Looks like Kaliningrad just go around capture up these southern central points. This Kanigrad's going for the munitions into the fuel point as these Panzer Grenadiers on to capture up the strategic point. HQ command truck has been packed up. We are likely to see it deployed probably right around here. I see a lot of deployment in this sector.
Ammo depot has been buttoned down.
We got these two Panzer Grenadiers making their way forward, trying to capture some points. Bren Carrier is advancing, load up of scope rifles. That's all of his combat force there. And now we do have the G43s engaging the engineers. Bren Carrier is coming up to support his teammate. Another Panzer Grenadier squad is advancing over here. We've got the 2 engineers, 3 engineers, and Jeep. So he's gone for barracks, not support weapons center. Let's go and charge on forward. Need to get his engineers, his teammates' engineers into the mix as well. At least get it close enough to repair up the Bren Carrier when the engagement is done. Jeep is coming forward as well. Great damage there on the G43 squad. G43 squad's down to one last model. Engineers could repair up the Bren Carrier. They do top off, get a drive-by repair. And these Panzer Grenadiers will need to fall back sooner rather than later. Just way too much force here. And the Jeep actually gets up to Veteran C1, getting 3 kills there. That's a very fast Vet 1 Jeep. Motor points being catched up by the Panzer Elite player. Nothing protecting up here at the moment. And we do have this Panzer Grenadier inside this garrison. Kaliningrad advancing. May draw some fire. We also got this Kaliningrad here getting gunned down. The Jeep will be able to hunt it down, no problem. That will show that unarmed vehicle who's boss. Panzer Grenadiers here will receive some bit of fire there. The Bren Carrier is seeing some damage as well. Additional Panzer Grenadiers find some nice side and rear armor shots there now. Over here, we've got the intersection riflemen advancing. Jeep firing some shots there onto the Panzer Grenadiers. And these Panzer Grenadiers will avoid some engagements. Jeep does get his health topped off, and the Bren Carrier will get repairs up next. Those are quite a bit of force right here. Kaliningrad going to be trying to capture some points. We do got these engineers here. And the Jeep does find an angle there. Hasn't got any additional kills just yet. And there's a lot of Panzer Grenadiers in the region. 3 here, 3 here. Rifleman or intersection does need to stick to the head cover there. Rifleman could stick to the head cover as well. We'll get not all the rifles firing. One of the guys are out of range. Pushing up right here, we'll get more rifles firing. Bren Carrier is advancing, trying to get in the mix middle of all these Panzer Grenadiers. That unupgraded one will fall back first, and the one of the G43 squads is getting focused down quite hard. And here comes Jeep charging on forward. Does throw in a burst himself into these G43 squads. These guys going to make their way forward, trying to engage this Jeep, getting some damage there. Intersections are still in this region. Bren Carrier may eye to advance. These Panzer Grenadiers are severely wounded. They need a full retreat at this point in time. They're prone to being wiped. Let's hop out with the scope rifle squad. Trying to go for a designated marksman. Was unsuccessful there. Getting some good damage there. The Bren Carrier is still pretty high health. You know, if you had these intersections, do manage to get off a slit trench here. They could throw the officer inside of it just to keep that safe. Flamer engineers here to support as well. These Panzer Grenadiers are charging on forward. Remember, this is their opponent's side of the map. So these allied forces are doing a good job to try and support each other, staying relatively close by. and overall doing a good job of skirting around right here. Got 3 sections here, and we do have the infantry support truck being deployed out now. So I can go for an early Stuart. That's gonna damage engine crit there onto that Kettengrad. Light attack track fires, destroyed engine crit, going for crit shots. Really wants that thing dead. It fully immobilized. It is very dead now. He could go and stick around there. Getting misses there wouldn't be half bad. It will start destroying the heavy cover.
The stores are under attack.
He does fall back right there now. These Panzer Grenadiers, one of them is severely wounded, needs to fall back. This slit trench will keep them hauled down and hard to displace very, very long. It does throw an incendiary mortar there, but the incendiary mortar does outright miss the slit trench. Does get singed and didn't get burned to death by that mortar, but that certainly did not help either. And the Kettengrad gets burned, his engine burned there as well. Does fall back for that squad there. There's one man up in this garrison as well, needs to fall back. Incendiary grenade does get thrown inside the garrison as this Kettengrad may get gunned down, getting focused down by these intersections there. Needs to scuttle the trench and get out of there. At this point, he may get wiped. He is likely going to get wiped at this point in time. Does use his suppressive fire ability there. He wants that guy dead. They really want that guy dead. But does manage to retreat back entirely, keeping somehow both of those members alive. Jeep engaging at close range against the mortar half-track, getting some good damage there. Jeep still have FHC-1, no additional kills. And we of course have a infantry half-track here for mounted playstyles. Does use a heroic charge there. These guys are oh so wounded. They needed a casualty clearing station. And there is not one. The US players deploying out Motor Bull, getting out a Greyhound likely. I don't think that's an AT gun. Captain being deployed out by the Brit. Maybe if his teammates going for a Greyhound, maybe a good idea to go for a armor command truck and get out a Cromwell or Staghound. I would like to say Kangaroos, but that's probably not a possibility.
Upgrade complete.
Casualty clear station has been deployed. He needs that healing as soon as possible.
Hope you like it.
All these forces oh so wounded. Need a lot of blood transfusions for them. Yep, they're getting healed up now. The VPs are in favor of the Allies by a good margin at this current time. They have triple capture in the favor as well. Jeep does receive a miss from the light AT track.
Ready to have it out.
Captain has been deployed on out as well.
Field support CP receiving you. Go ahead, sir.
And light AT track does throw a miss there. A lot of Panther, or no, a Panther track squads there. A lot of G43s. Half-track may receive some shots there. PS do rain on in, but large rolls and misses. Rogue charge has been activated. Massive force here. He may... It's a lot of force here in return as well. He may get some hits there on these infantry, but I think the Brits going to lose a lot of forces. US infantry start advance as well. Jeep charging force well, absorbing a lot of shots there. They, of course, the infantry half-track can provide border reinforcements. These guys are getting quite wounded as well. Reds, Panzer Grenadiers need to fall back. They're a little bit too far forward. Panzer squad may get wiped out. They're going for the northern retreat, but they will go ahead and escape on out there. Panzer Grenadiers receiving quite a bit of fire there. Mortar, light half-track, infantry half-track, all are here. Receiving quite a bit of fire. He can't throw a guy in the back of the infantry half-track because it's not his. Light half-track getting some good hits there on the Greyhound. Got a destroyed engine crit there with the light half-track. Got an AT gun shot into the light half-track as well. Looks like the Panzer Elite players are being pushed out of the sector. And light half-track does go down. More half-track, we're seeing quite a bit of fire. does fall back. Mortar half track does go down. The Panzer League players are losing a lot of force. Grenadier here needs to fall back, so 2-2 is pushing way forward. So the Greyhound is fully repaired. With no light half track as well, he's braving the Flak Irving. Trying to get the kill down Mortar half track. He's getting does get the kill down the Flak half track. Not Flak half track. Mortar half track. And now we're seeing a lot of rear armor hits there from the Flak Irvings. But it looks like he may skirt out of there. 2-2 is still at full health, but it's probably not able to pursue the Greyhound. No Panzer track over here as well. Does go to body block, allowing the Flak Irving to get some more shots there. And does not get any more bursts off the Flak Irving. Incomplete tank traps here to load up the US player. The Greyhound will find a gap right there.
300 points.
Get another 2-2 deployed out by Red. And now we do got some Staghounds, or at least a Staghound. He may go for some Fireflies next. Tank traps are now receiving some fire since they're incomplete. They can be gunned down. And we also now got a 30 cal emplacement here.
Seers have what they need to call in artillery.
Now the Brit has gone for Aurora Artillery, so let's switch over the other players. We do have an unknown doctrine for the US player, an unknown doctrine for the Panzer League player, and an unknown doctrine. Something selected for this player. See some Bren guns. We've got the Staghound and the armor car advancing, the 2 Greyhound. Dudes are backing away. We've got the Pentrick squad here. Piet and Lieutenant and Bren gun advancing along the northern flank. And the Pentrick squad does get suppressed by the Staghound. And one of them, Red has maybe lagged out a little bit. He may still be back in the game. This he's gonna lose the Pentrick squad because of lag. And he may have actually left the game. They've lost quite a bit at this point in time, and they just hadn't been able to deal with the Greyhound. And with the Staghound in the region, they're having severe troubles. And yeah, they're Red has basically lost everything. He even does get back in the game. Actually, the other person is back on the game as well, so that's where we end the replay. Not a really good replay. So I've been striking out replays today overall. By the way, this is Aaron Green saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. So I'm probably going to call it a night. I'm getting a little bit exhausted. Everybody have a good evening and get some good